And we're dropping.
Okay, let's get into...
In the frigid expanse of the North Atlantic, between Iceland and Scandinavia, lie the Faroe Islands. Beautiful and isolated, these windswept shores will shortly be the setting of a desperate struggle between opposing navies. This is Shards. Shards is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. Not only has Shards never been played in King of the Sea before, it was altered to this configuration merely days before the event began. In the lower left and upper right corners of the map, the A and C caps pose quandaries for both teams. Half of each cap circle is wide open, while the other half is constricted by islands that form a narrow set of channels. How they choose to handle these corner caps forms the backbone of a team's strategy for dealing with Shards. Some teams will opt to try and capture from the side most open to them, forcing the enemy to attack through the channels. Others will opt to push through the channels quickly and bag the cap themselves, then use the open side of the cap for defense. At the center of all this chaos lies Cap B with its own maddening configuration. Islands punctuate the circular cap like a set of lawnmower blades, centered around another low-topped island smack in the middle of the cap. The island cover seems likely to encourage a lot of camping cruisers and hide-and-seek destroyers. Teams have not had a lot of time to prepare for Shards, and there are many questions remaining about just how it will play. Early indications are that despite teams spawning in the southwest and northeast, play will actually center along a northeast to southwest axis as the corner caps fall under their control. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Shards. And here we go. Yep, here we go for all the marbles in Group H. 007 versus ARP. Now, 007's character does something really interesting with that. His early AP bomb squad, he sent half the squadron back home already, and is literally flying around with a half squadron just to scout. 007 has gone Hakuryu, Double Yamato, Des Moines, Minotaur. First one of those we've seen today. Henri, Hindenburg, Moskva, and a lone destroyer, Alpine Roosters, Grozovoy.
Katsuni just took a big hit there.
Yeah, I see that.
We got Yamato, Montana, Henri, Double Henri, I should say, Worcester, Stalingrad, Goering, and Grozovoy for ARP side. Looks like ARP is looking more for a C hard C push, a little bit of forces at B cap, 1 lone Montana to defend at A.
Yeah, 00 has set up here. They're sending Yamato, Des Moines, Hindenburg, and Grozovoy to A. The Minotaur is kind of hanging mid, all by himself. That's the wisdom of that we can discuss later, but that's what he's doing. Backed up by Moskva, Yamato, and a bit kind of an Henri out here. They're hanging out around FG 8 and 9, kind of in that general vicinity. ARP is going to get B very quickly here. 2.5 minutes gone as they start to tick up points. Shoving a Worcester and a Gearing right up there against the island very quickly. But I don't know, man. If I'm 00, I'm not super flustered by this because I can still stick that Yamato way out over on, like, I don't know, D10, E10, and have shots on that Worcester.
Yeah, I would agree. You're seeing some nice teamwork, though, coming out of no help, no cap, have fun.
Grey Ghost Grozovoy spotted on the northwestern corner of the C cap. They've lost sight of him now. They don't manage to get the reset. He is going to bag the cap.
Wow.
Yep, Alpine Rooster charging through A. And 00 will have their first cap shortly.
Carrier drop torpedoes going through Kitsune's smoke, no problem. B-ball man, Greg took a hit in the Minotaur.
I see that. He's down to about 30k or so, and more bombs coming in on him now. Hilarious Man's Midway seeming just totally okay with throwing these planes away to keep him spotted long enough for the Yamato to do horrible things to poor B-ball man. But he takes enough damage from the HE bombs. Good. Yeah, baby. B-ball drops under 6k very briefly, but pops his fancy Minotaur heal now, and he is Smoke Minotaur there as we see it.
Fancy.
Fancy, dude, it's a British heel, right? A big heel with the little pinky in the air. It's a fancy heel. Still just above half HP here. Pretty ballsy.
Shield Brigade coming in with an AP bomb on Slaying Club.
Oh, there we go.
Pretty
Indeed.
decent chunk, 9K.
We didn't mention it, but OO has opted for Hakuryu instead of Midway, and we've talked rather extensively about how we kind of assumed most teams would go for Midway, the Hakuryu being more of a finesse, a much more difficult carrier to play now.
Yeah. Oh, Alpine Rooster taking some big hits there from the Montana.
I see that. He's all by himself out here. Virtually no support. Wooster's got great shots on him. He is in Wooster radar range, or he will be for a second. He's reversing, but they're going to get him, Zath. I think by the time the radar comes... Ooh, they're pounding Kitsune's Wooster as well. If Alpine can survive this, that's huge, because I think he's maybe a little overextended. He's very, very exposed. Smoke had disappeared on Kitsune. They put a good 30-40K into him. No cap, no help does get the smoke back on top of him. 5 minutes gone. ARP working on a 120, 130 point lead here on the strength of their early cap advantage. Both teams trading early shots, but no kills yet.
Here comes the radar from the Wooster, from Kitsune. Not detecting anything, of course, because at this point, Alpine Rooster has either fled or backed up far enough.
He reversed, and he threw some torps in that direction just now. He's spotted. He forgot to turn his AA off, so they've got him now because his AA is pumping away at those dive bombers. Those dive bombers could be the end of him, Zath. Midway's HE does horrible things to destroyers.
Here comes the airplanes.
Here comes the drop. And it's it.
And he got it.
Midway says no as ARP bags their first kill, which just happens to be OO's only destroyer. That puts them at a huge advantage now, up 250 points on the strength of their early cap and the quick kill. Well, I call it a quick kill, but certainly a key kill. OO not resting on their laurels, though. Ruslan Bear driving directly into the B-cap from the south, backed up at close range by B-Ball's Minotaur. There's a bunch of Minotaur torps going through that, headed towards that smoke cloud. We'll see if any of those matter.
They won't hit anything.
No, it looks like it's...
now coming under fire.
Wooster is radared in smoke. Des Moines Ducky Shot's radar has picked Kitsunex out of the smoke. They know he's there. They can see him. I don't see shots going in on... Wait. Feline's Yamato has got shots going in now.
Yep.
But they all fall astern. The smoke is actually expiring now. Kitsune is going to be quite exposed here momentarily as Ruslan drives onto the cap and eats 3 torps.
So much going on here.
It's a good game so far. That looked like a carrier torp drop, I believe, Zath.
Yes, that was. On
Yes.
Ruslan, yes.
Well, he's got Minotaur AA right there, so he's decently protected. Now, if Ruslan can snuggle up to that island in front of him, he'll be in a decent position to do... Oh, here come Grozovoy's torps from right in front of him, but there is a convenient Yamato-sized hole right there in the formation.
Yep. Kitsune's got to be careful not to back up too far. Pure Feeds now has an angle on him.
Kitsune getting smoke again, but Conrad's Moskva saying none of that garbage and radars him immediately. Kitsune
He'll still have 6 seconds to reposition.
Kitsune is kind of the linchpin of this ARP position right now. He's even got AP coming in from astern of him. Pure Feeds' Hindenburg in G1 is lighting him up with AP.
Here comes the AP bombers.
Yes, they do. And there they go.
Oh.
But it's going to cost them Ruslan. He is going out right here. That's a rough trade for OO7. Down a ship, but they are making a hard play for B. Now, they really need to kill No Help's gearing if they're going to make this push work. If they allow No Help to escape, that's points they're leaving on the board that they're going to wish they hadn't left.
Absolutely.
If I'm Ducky Shot's Des Moines, Ducky Shot is in F5. If I'm Ducky, I'm going around the other side of the island to make sure that I can cut off no help. They've got him radared or on Hydro now. I don't know which. Funkified Torp Drop going in. Dunkey is going to take one. No, he's not. No, he's not. It doesn't arm in time. And Aster's Montana shot on B-Ball gets nothing. So they're definitely shoving no help away. The DM and the Minotaur there discouraging him, and he has to back away from the cap. Now, what's interesting to me, Zath, is that even if nothing changes, ARP still wins this game. 007 did not get on the cap fast enough for the timer to be in their favor. However,
now,
if they bag a kill, that changes.
Right, and I was just going to mention, Slaying Club is now getting really exposed by himself.
Yes.
And for what reason, I don't know.
Well, they're bringing Grey Ghost. Looks like Grey Ghost is going to try and come smoke him up, but that Stalingrad has kind of become the linchpin to ARP's remaining forces here. They need to protect him. He's going to take one in the bow. It arms just as it dunks into him. He's going to have that position he's picking up. He's going to have shelter from the guys on the 10 line, which means it'll be up to B-Ball and Ducky to shell him from in the front. And the Minotaur's already making good on that. .007 trying to claw back into the game as we cross the halfway mark of the match. They're down 200 plus points, but they have the opportunity here to tip the scales in their favor. Minotaur spam now going in on Slaying Club Stalingrad.
Yep. He had a radar up for a second, got a pretty decent salvo off at B-Ball, but Greg was able to pull forward with that amazing Minotaur propulsion.
Yep, B-Ball did have to leave. He's back behind the island now. The shells that Slaying Club is taking now are from Ducky's Des Moines.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the AP bombers.
Indeed. Oh, they just lost sight of him. We'll see if Geo gets the drop off. Oh, yep. They picked him up and lost him again. And they get him.
Oh.
The Hakuryu AP bombs doing big work again. That tips the timer in 00's favor. Now they will reclaim the lead momentarily and win in a little less than 4 minutes. Now the onus is on ARP to make a play.
Another great opportunity for that Clips contest right there. Wow.
Very much so. Now Pure Feeds' Hindenburg is... Wow, he's in a bad spot now. He's got the Montana and the Henri gunning for him. He's on fire. He needs to get out of here and preserve his ship.
Yep, he overextended, and he's paying the price for it right now.
Gearing Torps coming in from astern. He's going to have to turn. It's not going to matter. He's going to be out. Oh, no, he dodges it. He manages to dodge the salvo, but he returned fire on the Montana. The gearing's probably got him lit anyway, so he can't go dark. They're not going to let that happen. So they're going to have to land the shells if they want this kill. He is healing now. 3 minutes on the timer for 00, but ARP making a hard play to bag this kill, and they get him.
Here it goes.
Timer's back on the other foot now. It's on 07 to make a play. I feel like I don't think Zath, I don't know that they, like, if they kill the gearing, that's a good one, but I don't think they can get him from here. And they would need to get onto the C cap to stop the points gain. Now Aster's pretty low, and there's a rocket strike going in, so they might get something out of this. Geo Brigade doing a brilliant job reading the minimap, seeing where the pressure points are and pushing. But 007 is running out of time. They've lost the gearing again, although Barkhorn's Henri is now low as well.
Our victory is in sight.
Under 6K and falling. Ducky shots Des Moines, getting shells on him. This could be it. This could be it. They only need one shell, and there it is. Once again, back on the other foot now. 007 on track to win in 2 minutes. But it does mean that Ducky needs to preserve his ship. He's quite exposed at the moment. He needs to reverse and get some cover. Montana shell's already on the way from Aster. Ooh,
Ducky takes a big hit.
He takes a decent hit, but if he turns too hard, he's going to run aground. Okay, he manages to make it. Comrade's radar going off the back end of B, looking for the gearing. They don't find him. AP bombs now going in on Aster's on Montana. But Montana says no. Oh, nope, there they are. They disappeared on me for a minute. That's a weird UI bug. Second drop, not going to get much out of it. It gets a little bit.
Wow, this is coming down to...
Down to the wire. Oh, that's huge.
Oh,
I was
no.
just about to say that 007 takes their first lead of the game, but it evaporated just as quickly as B-Ball Man's health, and yet they could still get it back if they can bag the kill on Aster. Less than 2 minutes on the timer here. ARP on track to win. 00 needs a kill. No help now getting in on the game with Ducky Shot. It could come down to this or Karoo torpedo strike going in on Aster right now. Geo Brigade dropping 4 in front of him. I don't think he could dodge them all. Maybe.
Ducky pulled the brakes there.
He can't dodge them all. He takes one up forward. 60 seconds on the timer. 007 trying to find a way, but they don't think that's going to do it. That's it. They don't have the time. And there it goes.
Wow.
ARP claims game 1. What a great game. So much back and forth.
By the way, ZR lost their second game to PWP.
Wow. Well, we've got a great series here as 007, victors of War Games 4, losing their game 1 here as they try to claim the #1 seed in Group H.